Hello everyone. So my name is David and this is the Tinnitus Coach channel. I guess I was recruited into becoming a coach after I developed my own little strategy for getting to a better place when I've got tinnitus. And most of the time now, I'm in a better place. And I never thought it would be possible. So I try to share with you what I did and also what I learned from other people to be able to be in a better place. The idea of neuroplasticity is like the scientific term for we're able to create new nerve networks in our mind, in our spine, in our body, where the signals that go through our bodies can be rewired and we can get to a better place. How do we rewire ourselves? That sounds rather complicated, doesn't it? Well, we have a nervous system, and we have like the subconscious brain and the conscious brain. And the conscious brain is what we're thinking right now. You're thinking about watching this video. And hopefully I'm giving you some information that maybe leads you to believe that you could get to a better place. And some interesting things happen when you start to think different thoughts in your conscious thought. Your subconscious brain, which does things like regulates your hunger and your sleep and a lot of the hormones that lead you to be nervous or sad or happy, that adrenaline rush, the things that cause anxiety and depression. What you think in your conscious thoughts are then help to create the chemistry that your subconscious brain releases into your system. So beyond that, that's not all there is to neuroplasticity. Besides that, we also have the idea of, think of the pianist who just hardly without thinking can play a very complex tune, or the soccer player who can do all kinds of crazy things with the ball. and how amazing that is. Well, their nervous system has been wired to be able to perform those tasks. But on the negative side of that, what happens when we get tinnitus is we have this sound that starts sounding off and we don't know how to get rid of it. So our nervous system starts building a new network of nerves and signals passing through us to help us to somehow find the solution. But at least from the science we have available, oftentimes there really is no solution. The sound is not going to go away. So what happens is we become very hyper-focused on the sound, and the sound becomes something that we just can't stop thinking about. So this is the key, at least for me and for many, is to learn to not think about it. But it's not easy. But the first thing to know is to have that realization. And it might not even be tinnitus. This applies to other things too. That pain you're always thinking about. Yeah. That belief that you are bad at doing something. You know, you have wired yourself to be that way. And what's so amazing about the human body is it can rewire and can do some amazing things, as you see with the soccer player or the pianist. So the first step is just realizing that what you are thinking consciously right now is sort of what you're becoming, and your body is preparing you to be that. So we can create what I did, which is kind of interesting with my tinnitus, is I tried to use like Jedi mind tricks on myself. And I started to tell myself, you know what? I love the sound of my tinnitus. It's so beautiful. It makes me feel so good hearing it. And I know that I'm safe and I'm happy. What a wonderful sound it is. As crazy as that may sound, it may be crazier to say, I hate my tinnitus. It's terrible. It'll never go away. I can't stand it. I can't sleep. See, these thoughts are wiring your brain to think the very thing that really gets you to become the soccer player, the pianist of having terrible thoughts about the sound by repeating it over and over again. So I think maybe, can I say subconsciously, you already know this. You know that if you keep thinking these thoughts, it doesn't make things better, but you may feel a little trapped in this thought pattern and you're trying to find a way out. So that's why I'm here. I'm trying to help you do that. I'm trying to help you get your mind shifted onto some other things. And things like learning languages, reading books, maybe playing piano, a sport or exercise. Trying to do some things where you have to really push yourself to think about that very thing that you have to do, and you're actually wiring your brain to do that, drawing something. And it doesn't always help to think, don't think about tinnitus, don't think about tinnitus, stop it, because then you're thinking about it, right? So you try to find some neutral activities, just learning some skill, and something artistic, something musical, something moving your body, where you're trying to improve yourself in some way. And then not only does it help you get your mind off the thinking about the sound of the tinnitus, but it also helps you start to feel a sense of progress, because if you repeat something, you get better and better at doing that. It might be slow sometimes. I know I'm sometimes slow at learning some things, but if you keep repeating, you get better. It's taken me like 11 years to be able to speak Chinese, and I'm doing pretty good now, but it took a long time. It shouldn't take you that long to learn how to not think about tinnitus, but it may take you a few months, at least a few weeks to just first realize, I'm thinking about this all the time. I'm going to think about other stuff. I'm going to schedule things into my day. I'm going to challenge myself to maybe take a lesson online learning Spanish or whatever, or another language. I'm going to challenge myself to go get a little book about learning the piano and play the piano every day for 30 minutes, whatever, anything, but just some neutral activity that you're going to force yourself to do until you start getting better at it. And at the same time, you'll get better at not thinking about tinnitus. So that's my video for you today. I hope it's helpful, and best wishes. Hey, I'm so excited. I want to do some things too.